Today, I'd like to talk a little bit about Batman and Robin and what happened to Robin. See, in my opinion, Robin is more important than any character in the Batman mythos other than Batman. More than Alfred, more than the Waynes, more than the Joker. Robin is number one. Without Robin, Batman is a static character. He can grow as much as learning to live without his parents, but when it comes to development past that, he needs another character in his life to achieve that. When Batman adopts Dick Grayson, he is giving a child that suffered a similar tragedy to him. He's trying to let that child have a life that he never could. And that is like the biggest development of his character possible. So why has Robin not been in any of the movies? I think it goes back to the 90s Schumacher films. Those films were the first to feature Robin since the TV show and the TV movie from the 60s. And they were unfortunately not very popular or very good. I mean, Batman Forever has its defenders, but Batman and Robin was pretty universally considered the worst Batman movie. And since those films flopped, we really have not gotten another look at a live-action Robin. The Christopher Nolan trilogy came and went without having a Robin, except sort of at the end, but not really. That was a whole nother thing. And that film cemented the grounded aesthetic that we think of as Batman now. Even though Batman as a character is inherently kind of silly, most audiences, after having seen those movies, sort of consider him serious, and the idea of having a character who's his adopted son, who's an acrobat, is a little too silly and far-fetched for them. While I understand this idea, it's also, it's Batman. He's battling the Joker. It's not that serious ultimately. And then The Batman, which is to me the best Batman movie, we don't get a Robin. And especially at the end of that movie, I think it would be the perfect opportunity to introduce a Robin for Bruce's development in this film. This fear of Robin, or avoidance of having Robin in films, can be pretty easily traced back to Spider-Man. With the introduction of Spider-Man in the 60s, he kind of fused sidekick and main hero. He was a teenager and he was in high school, but he was also the main character. People started to think that, maybe we don't need sidekicks anymore. When we look at other superhero films, they've also avoided sidekicks. Like when the MCU was adapting Captain America, instead of having Bucky as the child sidekick to Captain America, they aged him up and had him be the same age best friend. It was nice that they included him at all. It's still a very different interpretation to how Bucky Barnes was initially. The only film, other than the upcoming DCU Batman, to include Robin or the Bat family has been the Lego Batman movie. And I think that offers a very interesting look at why maybe we as an audience don't want to see Robin. Because that movie is like explicitly silly and for kids. And so I think it's able to undermine the expectations of the audience that Robin is too silly by making it inherently kind of a silly movie. You don't notice as much that it's a silly concept because the whole thing is supposed to be funny and it's supposed to be like for younger audiences. Anecdotally, that's one of the favored Batman films among fans of the Batman comics because it includes all of the Bat family. The thing is about Robin too is that it doesn't just have to be Dick Grayson. People love Tim Drake, and people love the character of Red Hood, and people love The Dark Knight Returns, which also has a Robin that's not Dick Grayson. I think we are far overdue for an on-screen Robin, and I'm very hopeful that The Brave and the Bold introduces us to a good Robin. Not including Robin in your Batman movie is like, imagine a Spider-Man film that doesn't have Uncle Ben.
I don't feel so good.